Hello, snowboarders of the internet. I'm your host, Avran LeFeber, and in this video, we're going to review the Nidecker Rave. Maybe intergalactic space Jesus will be raving out. I don't know. This board is available in 153, 156, 159, and 162. That's right, 4 sizes. Nidecker claims that this board has cam rocker in it. If you really look at it, it's pretty much all traditional camber. There is a minimal, I mean really fucking minimal amount of rocker in the tip and the tail on it. So, stop lying, Nidecker. I rode this board at Arapahoe Basin on a surprise powder day, and by surprise I mean no one thought it was actually going to be a good powder day. They were reporting 3 inches, it was closer to like 8. So I was able to go out and smash some pow with it. I mean, it was warmer temps, no wind, light snow falling, a little bit of overcast in the skies. But overall, perfect conditions to just go out and try out an all-mountain freeride board. I mean, if you look at this thing right away, you can tell it's going to have that standard directional flex with a softer nose, stiffening up to the tail. The nose is only slightly softer, and there's a moderate amount of torsional flex. The big story with this board is the dampening. So right here in the tip, you can see that there's a 3D shape to it. That 3D shape means that this is going to be softer out here, and then it's going to help dampen vibrations so it doesn't resonate back underfoot. Overall, this board's very smooth and very stable, yet lively. It's not damp, which is what a lot of people use to describe stability, is how damp a board is. It is not damp by any means. It is built to be lively and yet stable at high speeds. As this thing is predominantly camber, there is pop. You do have to load it up to get snap, and when you do, it pops. It's not the snappiest board I've been on, but it's also not the worst I've been on. You know, it just gets the job done. It's not mind-blowing. And yes, I know, they claim it's got cam rock to it. So when you load the camber, it should activate the rocker and create a spring point. It didn't do that. It's just what I noticed because this board is pretty much fucking predominantly camber. Now, if you're gonna go hit a jump with it, this board will handle it. Are you gonna jump all day with this board? No, that's not what this board is designed for. Here's the thing with buttering on this board. You're gonna have to work for it. And you can see that tip kick right there. You want to be way out on it, preferably in fresh snow, because otherwise if you're on hard snow, you are going to be working 10 times as hard to get this thing to butter. Jibbing, yeah, cut through the park, go fast, press hard, be done with it. That's it. That's like where I'm leaving it with this board. The outstanding thing with this board is that side cut. It is dialed. You will always feel locked in and able to drive this board any way you want. Long, hard, quick, tight turns. Solid, short, quick, tight turns. Solid, long, hard, drawn out carves. Solid. This board rips from edge to edge, and it just wants to plow through anything in its path. You get on a groomer, you're gonna see exactly what I'm talking about with this board. This board is definitely for the all-mountain freerider with a huge emphasis on that freeride aspect. This is not an all-mountain freestyle board. This is a freeride board. I'm not gonna lie, kind of regretted riding this versus something else from Nidecker on the surprise pow day, but it got the job done, and it didn't suck. This is a board that you can really push it through variable terrain with and really try out its freeride capabilities. Now, would I say it's the best freeride board I've been on? No. Would I say it's the worst? No. It's one of those solid middle of the pack boards. It's not bad. And the side cut is amazing on this. Like, I love that. The one thing I don't agree with is how they claim it's a camber rocker. It's not cam rock at all. This thing is pretty much just straight camber with maybe a little flat zone right before the upkick. So stop lying, Nidecker. I looked at it, I put it flat, I could see what the fuck is going on with that board. Comparable boards, the Jones Flagship, the Capita Black Snowboard of Death. I'd put the Rome Blur on that same page, maybe even the Rome National if you wanted to get a little more twinny with it. Those are kind of the boards that I'd be looking at if you're trying to compare it to the Rave. This has been my review of the Nidecker Rave. Do you agree with it? Do you disagree with it? Do you own one? Leave me a comment down below and let's have a conversation. Let's talk snowboards. I love talking snowboards, in case you haven't realized that. If you're new around here, remember to subscribe, click that bell, get those notifications. That way you're not missing any of the product review videos or other content we have coming out for you. And if you'd really like to support us, check out Angry Snowboarder VIP. It's the best way to fund what we're doing so it creates the content that you know and love. As always, I've been your host, Avran LeFeber, and I'll see you in another video.